Good morning, students. In this topic, we will learn uh, polymer blends. Polymer blend is a different area of plastic technology. The polymer blends are defined as the mixing of two different polymer and copolymer mixing to form a product having unique property which cannot be found in a single plastic material. Here in this uh, topic we will learn concept of polymer blending, terminology used in polymer blending technique, the concept of miscibility, types and methods of blending. So before going to this polymer blends, first of all we have to look why the blend is required, because number of materials are available in plastic technology. For example, homopolymer and copolymer, and number of homopolymer and copolymers are available in the market, but polymer blends are also required whenever the unique properties are needed to fulfill the desirable need of field application for plastic material. Today, plastic materials are used in every area, replacing the conventional material like glass and metal, and therefore to meet that outstanding property the polymer blends are required. So first have overlook about the plastic technology. In plastic technology we all are acquainted with homopolymers, and homopolymers are well known plastic used in plastic technology. For example, the homopolymers are those polymers which are made from single monomer, uh, and the polymer is called as a homopolymer. For example, polyethylene, polypropylene. Here polyethylene is prepared from ethylene monomer, while propylene material is made from propylene monomer. This polyethylene, propylene, polystyrene, polycarbonate, and number of polymethyl, methacrylate, all these materials, polyvinyl chloride, all these materials are homopolymers because these polymers are made from single monomer, but they are good plastic material and they are having very wide application into their respective field. But this homopolymer has limited sets of property because this is a single monomer, and whatever the monomer is used for making polymer that polymer possesses that such property, and it has limited sets of properties, means the material does not contain any broad spectrum of properties. Today we will not dependent, or we cannot depend on the uh, limited sets of property or limited uh, use of plastic material. We have to use this material for certain kind of uh, advanced applications where any other material cannot fulfill the need. So therefore, this homopolymer has certain limitation in that respect, and therefore these homopolymers develop to copolymers because these polymers doesn't have broad spectrum properties. Now, homopolymers are invented because of the homopolymers has limitations in properties, in certain properties. If you see the example polypropylene, polyethylene, polyethylene, good plastic material, but polyethylene is a flexible material, waxy type material, while polypropylene is a rigid material. So rigidity cannot be the part of polyethylene, and flexibility is less in PP, and their TG is also different, and certain limitations are there in the homopolymers. So to overcome that limitations, the people are making copolymers by mixing two different or three different monomers. Now when these two different monomers are mixed, the copolymers are produced, and these copolymers possess the properties of monomer A and monomer B, or monomer 1 or monomer 2, and the copolymer having some combination of properties as compared to homopolymers. These copolymers actually are invented to meet the desired set of properties in the product. Now you can see here, you also know that the copolymers can be made from monomer 1 and monomer 2. They are polymerizing with each other, forming M1 M2 linkages. Here two or three different monomers are added together to form copolymer. So copolymers consisting of more than two monomers, for example high impact polystyrene. In high impact polystyrene, the polystyrene properties, original polystyrene properties get altered because of the copolymerization of polystyrene with butadiene rubber molecule. The butadiene are added into the polystyrene to increase its impact strength. Here polystyrene act as a base material, while the butadiene material act as a modifier. So it modifies its mechanical property like impact strength. Within the matrix of polystyrene, the butadiene molecules are dispersed during the polymerization, and high impact polystyrene material is produced. Similarly, another example is there, and that example is ABS material. ABS material, that is acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. Acrylonitrile first get polymerized, and over the acrylonitrile the butadiene chain is grafted. That means the acrylonitrile and styrene get polymerized, forming acrylonitrile styrene chain, and over that chain, that is the backbone chain, over that backbone chain the butadiene polymer chain will grow, and that will form graft, or it will be grafted with the help of formation of covalent bond. Now, because of that bonding, they will not segregated or they will not separate over the period of time, and they give the enhancement in the properties of base material, that is acrylonitrile and styrene. Because of the addition of this rubbery molecule, this brittle polymer enhances its impact strength. So that is the ultimate use of this copolymer. Means when you mixing or polymerizing rather, or by addition of 2 or 3 different monomer, the base monomer property or base polymer property can be altered, can be tailored, or can be changed as per the requirement. So that is the use of this copolymer. So certainly the copolymers has uh, good properties as compared to homopolymers, and therefore people trying to make copolymers to overcome the limitations of homopolymers. There are 4 different types of copolymers, as you know. First is a alternating copolymer, second is a block copolymer, third is a random copolymer, fourth is a graft copolymer. In alternate copolymer, you can see here I show the example of styrene, butadiene, styrene. Styrene is a different monomer, butadiene is a different monomer, and they will polymerize with each other, forming alternating linkages. So first styrene is there, then butadiene, then styrene, then butadiene, then styrene, butadiene, styrene. So they arrange in an alternating fashion. In second, there is a formation of block of polymers, that is block copolymer. So styrene block are attached with butadiene block, and butadiene, then styrene block, and then again butadiene block, and then again styrene block. So these kind of linkages are called as a block copolymer. Then third one is a random copolymer. A random copolymer in which there is no certain arrangement of 2 different monomer. Here you can see styrene, styrene, butadiene, styrene, butadiene, styrene, styrene, butadiene, butadiene. So not a certain arrangement is there, only some random arrangement are formed, and whatever the copolymer form is called as a random copolymer. Next one is a graft. Here the base polymer chain is of styrene monomer. So polystyrene chain is there, and over this polystyrene chain the chain of butadiene molecule get grow, and therefore this butadiene chain get attached to this styrene polymer chain. So because of this attachment, this kind of attachment is called as a graft. Graft means the chain of butadiene is tied up with the chain of polystyrene. So these kind of copolymers, that is 4 types of copolymers are there, and they will form the different kind of material as compared to homopolymers, and they have improved properties. For example, block copolymer and graft copolymer, these 2 area of the copolymer has very good application to make or to tailor made the polymeric material which having ionic property. But still these copolymers are very good. They improve the property, they improve modifying the nature of base material, they improve the processability, they improve the mechanical properties. For example, in PVC material, PVC is also rigid material. So to process that PVC and to increase its mechanical properties, ABS material is used as a compounding additives. and that ABS material uh, form or will take part to increase its impact strength. Similarly, some of the materials are improving their heat deflection temperature, uh, melting temperature, and can alter also the glass transition temperature. For example, in HIPS polymer, when that polystyrene is copolymerized with butadiene, the uh, glass transition temperature of this styrene polymer chain get altered because of this butadiene chain. What happen in this copolymerization? The butadiene molecule, this butadiene monomer or the butadiene chain get uniformly dispersed within the matrix of styrene, and their composition is low as compared to the composition of base polymer material. So here different copolymers are there. Their arrangement will form during the polymerization, and that will depend upon the monomer ratio used in the polymerization reaction, temperature, pressure of the polymerization reaction, and you will get four types of copolymer. So this is another technique to improve the properties of material, properties of homopolymer material, so that the material can be used more efficiently at different kinds of applications. But for unique for unique and very specific application, there is still a need of new material which having some enhanced sets of properties, and for that people thought to mix the two polymers or copolymer or polymer to copolymer mixture to make a material or to make a product which may have unique properties which cannot be found in either homopolymer or in a copolymer, and that technique is called as a polymer blend. So the properties which are not fulfilled by the copolymers and homopolymers, that can be fulfilled or that can be improved by mixing two polymer, by mixing copolymer or by mixing polymer or copolymer, and that mixing technique of two different polymer is called as a polymer blend. So we can see in the next slide how that polymer blend can be related with different terminal with different concept. So in this slide you can see the polymer blends are made from three compositions: polymer plus polymer, polymer plus copolymer, copolymer plus copolymer. So polymer plus polymer means by mixing polymer and polymer, polymer and copolymer, copolymer and copolymer, and that mixture is form some unique product, that is polymer blend. This polymer blend, because of the mixing of this polymer plus polymer, now here there is a difficulty when you consider the when you consider the So polymer blend are made from mixing of polymer plus copolymer plus copolymer. Now here is a one difficulty, because mixing of two polymer or polymer to copolymer or copolymer to copolymer is not so easy. For example, if you consider the homogeneous mixture of solute and solvent, you can take a simple example by that is making a salt solution in which the salt act as a solute and water act as a solvent. So when you add solute molecule into the solvent, there is a molecular interaction between solute molecule, that is salt molecule, and the solvent molecule, that is water molecule. So when that dissolution, that kind of process is called as a dissolution. When that salt molecule dissolved in the water, all salt molecule, that is solute molecule, get interacted with the solvent molecule, and therefore the dissolution process is carried out. Now in that case, there is a one part that is called as a heat of mixing or free energy of mixing. In that case, the free energy of solute molecule get certainly decrease, and it is spontaneously decreasing, and because of that spontaneous decrease in the free energy, they will interact with this solvent molecule, that is water molecule, and you will get homogeneous solution, that is salt is totally dissolved in the water and you will get homogeneous solution. Now when you consider the case of polymer, when polymer A and polymer B mix, they cannot mix like a solvent and solute, because the molecular weight of this polymer is different, the molecular weight of this polymer is different, the molecular size of this polymer is different, while this polymer is different, the chemical nature of this polymer is different, this polymer is different. So their interaction at molecular level becomes very difficult. They cannot easily interact with each other, and therefore they will form some heterogeneous or unmixed or different phase material. Because of that, the polymer blend has two types. Because of that theory that polymer with polymer cannot interacted at molecular level, or one polymer cannot dissolve in polymer B, or polymer A cannot dissolve in polymer B. Therefore, the interaction is not like a solute-solvent interaction, and therefore most of the mixing of this polymer and polymer, polymer plus copolymer, copolymer plus copolymer is actually immiscible form, means they are not homogeneously mixed, they will not mix. So the polymer blend are categorized into two categories. First is a miscible polymer blend and second one is a immiscible polymer blend. Polymer blend, which are formed by the mixture of this polymer, always become immiscible. As I already told you that their molecular interaction is not possible. Like in salt water solution, here that type of interaction would not be possible. So there are very few polymeric material which can interact at molecular level and form homogeneous phase and form homogeneous phase. So those polymers which are mixed with each other forming homogeneous mixture or single phase mixture, that mixing and that blend is called as a miscible blend. Means miscible blend means the blend which produces homogeneous mixture as well as single phase mixing, in which the polymer A interacted with polymer B at molecular level. Okay, so this type of blend is called as a miscible, while the blend which cannot interact at all, polymer A and polymer B, or polymer interacting with copolymer or copolymer A to copolymer B, if they are not interacting at each other and they will form a separated phase mixture, not a single phase mixture. They will behave heterogeneous. Some kind of heterogeneous is there. Their structure consisting of different phase material, and that type of product also possesses different properties. They are not mixed at molecular level. Such kind of blend is called as a immiscible blend. Immiscible means they are not miscible. They are not miscible at molecular level, and their heat of mixing is also not negative. Here in miscible case, the polymer A and polymer B interact at molecular level. They will form single phase, and the heat of mixing is negative there. So these two types of blends are formed when you mix polymer to polymer. So most of the polymer blend are immiscible. Most of the polymer blends are immiscible. Now this miscible blend has again two categories. One is called homogeneous miscible blend. Homogeneous means, as I already told you, that when polymer A and polymer B totally interacted with each other, or you may call it as when polymer A dissolved in polymer B, it will form a single phase material where their phase is stable. Where their phase is stable, they will not unstable on or over the period of time. That is, at the time of application or during the application, their phase remain single. So no segregation will observe in that case, and such kind of blend is called as a miscible homogeneous blend. Another type is there in the miscible blend. It is called as a heterogeneous miscible blend. Now you should not confuse this heterogeneous to immiscible. This is totally different. This term here totally different. Here this heterogeneous blend, miscible blend, are actually miscible, but they are miscible at some certain level of concentration, that is composition of polymer A and polymer B, and temperature. So heterogeneous system are those heterogeneous polymer blend are those polymer blend that at certain composition of polymer A and polymer B, they will form miscibility. They will form miscibility. If the composition and temperature changing, the miscibility will gone, and that kind of blend is called as a heterogeneous miscible blend. They are not homogeneous. They are not homogeneous, but they they remain as a heterogeneous. They are not totally mixed, or they will not having total interaction with each other. At certain composition level they will interact, but above that composition level they will form heterogeneous phase. In that case, this blend is called as a heterogeneous miscible blend. So this type is there, is a heterogeneous miscible blend. Should not be confused with this immiscible term. Now what happen in immiscible? When polymer A to polymer B mix, or polymer A is mixed with copolymer, or copolymer A is mixed with another copolymer, they will not interact with each other at any composition and temperature. All these three compositions, say polymer polymer, polymer copolymer, copolymer copolymer, will not interact with each other at any type of composition or concentration or at temperature, and they will form the blend. Such blend is called as a immiscible blend. Such blend possess heterogeneous phase. Such blend possess heterogeneous because there is a no interaction, so both the polymers remain in different phases in the polymer blend. If suppose polymer A and polymer B are mixed, they will form polymer blend, and this polymer blend is immiscible polymer blend. So what is that immiscible polymer blend? The polymer A and polymer B are in a different phase, so their phase is not stable, the phase is unstable. Here in immiscible blend the phase is unstable. But if you see in the commercial application of this polymer blend, most of the polymer blend are immiscible, where they are using in the field application, though they have unstable phase. So this immiscible polymer blend require treatment to become this immiscibility to miscible. Or if you want to when you want to make this immiscible polymer blend to miscible polymer blend, the treatment is required to this immiscible blend, because when this blend consisting of two different phase material, their properties are also different. That is glass transition temperature, melting temperature, refractive index, their behavior is also different, and therefore they may not have unique set of property and may lacking in the desired application. So to overcome this drawback, or to become this immiscible blend miscible, you have to treat this immiscible blend with a technique called as a compatibilization. By compatibilization method, this immiscible blend can become miscible at interface level, not molecular level, not molecular level. They are not, they doesn't become molecularly miscible, but at interface level they become miscible because of the compatibilization. And by using this compatibilization technique, whatever the miscible blend is formed from this immiscible type is called as a polymer alloy. Is called as a polymer alloy. Now polymer alloy is also called as a polymer blend. Don't confuse with this term polymer alloy and polymer blend, because polymer alloy is also called as a polymer blend. Polymer alloy can also, when polymer A act as a solute and polymer B act as a solvent, and both are getting dissolved in each other, forming a single phase material. In that case also the blend is also called as a polymer alloy, as well as when this immiscible polymer blend uh, become miscible by using compatibilization technique, the blend is also called as a polymer alloy. You can also call it as a polymer blend. So don't get confused between this term polymer blend and polymer alloy. But polymer alloy is generally related with the when this polymer A dissolved in the polymer B. So in that case, the whatever the uh, blend is formed, that is called as alloy. This alloy term is generally taken from metal alloy, and therefore it is there in also polymer blend technology. So this is the total relationship of this polymer blend and how they are related with each other. I can show here on the graph it, and I already discussed what is miscible polymer blend, what is homogeneous polymer blend, what is heterogeneous miscible polymer blend, what is immiscible polymer blend, and what is polymer alloy. So next, there is a number of terminologies which are used in the polymer blend. That terminologies are very important to understand the polymer blend concept. So first terminology is a polymer alloy. As already we have seen in the previous slide, the technical definition of this polymer alloy is one polymer is soluble in another polymer. That is, one polymer acts as a solute and one acts as a solvent. So basically, when this phenomena is happening in the mixing of polymer, they will form a single phase and their phase will not segregated, means separate during the period of time, and that kind of mixture is called as a polymer alloys. Don't get confused with the polymer blend. Don't get confused with the polymer blend. Polymer alloys are also formed by compatibilization technique used for the immiscible polymer blend to become miscible polymer blend. Next term is miscible blend. We already discussed that term. It is a single phase system on molecular level, provided the heat of mixing is negative. This is a thermodynamic term. This is a thermodynamic term, heat of mixing. Heat of mixing means when one polymer molecule interacting with the molecule of polymer B, they will interacting at that time their free energy getting decreasing and it become almost zero. That is the indication that there is a spontaneous interaction between the two polymer molecule at molecular level. So when this condition happens, you will get miscible blend. Next is a immiscible blend. This also we have discussed in earlier slide. Immiscible blend, you have to remember that which exhibits two or more phases, means when two polymer mix, they will not mix, they just physically present in two different phases on entire concentration and temperature. This is more important, the concentration and temperature. At any concentration and temperature, they will not interacting with each other, and therefore they form two different or more phases in the matrix of the polymeric material. Next term is a partially miscible polymer. This term is also we have discussed in previous slide. Here the partial miscible blend can also be termed as a heterogeneous miscible blend. See, those polymer blends which exhibits miscibility at certain concentration and temperature. Say suppose polymer, I already discussed that when polymer A and polymer B, polymer A is having 70% and polymer B 30%. Up to 30% they will form miscible blend. But when polymer B composition increases beyond 30%, the blend become immiscible. So such kind of blends are called as a partially miscible polymer blend. Here something written on the miscible polymer, but it is a polymer blend, partially miscible polymer blend. So this can be a heterogeneous system in miscible polymer blend. So these are the four terminologies. There are another four terminologies which are also important to know. Here, this is a new terminology, compatible polymer blend. This compatible word is not technically uh, correct for polymer blend in the area of polymer blend, because those polymer can be called as a compatible polymer blend in which the interface of two component get modified. That means when the polymer blend is immiscible, they will form separate phase, and at their interface, when that interface get compatible by adding some compatibilization technique or by adding some third component into that to vanish the phase between the polymer A and polymer B and form a homogeneous system with enhanced physical properties, then that blend is called as a compatible blend. That is, compatible blend are defined as a homogeneous system with enhanced physical properties, and this blend is formed by phase addition or interfacial addition of two polymer. Interfacial addition means, you all are acquainted that when you mix the water with kerosene, you will find there is a clear cut difference between the water level and kerosene level in the glass beaker. Now at the layer where the kerosene is differentiated and water is differentiated, that clear layer when you see through the glass is called as a interface, is called as a interface. Now that interface can be changed when there is a some addition, when there is a some addition of material which can be compatible with kerosene as well as which can be compatible with water. You can have experiments simple. Take a small volume of kerosene, pour it into the glass, then take small amount of water and pour it into the same glass. You will find there is a clear cut separation between water level and kerosene level. Now here, whatever the, if you vigorously mix that solution, even at high temperature, you would not possible to make homogeneous mixture. What you have to do, that you have to add a third component. Suppose if you add into that glass say soap solution or detergent powder, that is surfactant or emulsifying agent. Now this emulsifying agent will vanish the layer between the kerosene and water. Now that will attach at the interface of kerosene and water, and the interface will remove. Now This interface is now removed and this mixture look like a homogeneous mixture because there is no interface. That kind of mixing or the blend formed by using this kind of technique is called as a compatible blend, in which the homogeneous system is formed by phase addition or at interfacial addition of two polymer with enhanced physical properties. So this blend is formed by addition of third component at interface, and they are homogeneous in nature. They are homogeneous because when a component added at interface, that component has a compatibility with polymer A and as well as compatibility with polymer B, and therefore they will form homogeneous system. So this kind of blend is called as a compatible polymer blend. Another term is there, compatibilization. Now we can see we already seen this compatibilization technique is used to make immiscible blend to become miscible blend. So compatibilization is a technique or is any physical or chemical action by which the polymer blend is stabilized without phase separation. Means there are certain number of compatibilization technique, for example ion combination, ion dipole combination, hydrogen bonding, then co-crystallization, interpenetrating network, dynamic vulcanization, reactive blending by using graft copolymer or functional copolymer to make two polymer miscible. So that kind of techniques are called as a compatibilization. That techniques are physical as well as chemical. So when this physical or chemical action is taken place between polymer A and polymer B during the mixture and blend is formed, that technique is called as a compatibilization technique. Any physical and chemical action by which the polymer blend is stabilized. Now why this term is used here, stabilize? Stabilize means when you know that when polymer A is mixing with polymer B, they basically they form immiscible solution. They are not miscible. Very few materials are there which are miscible. So in polymer blend, this compatibilization technique is often used to become stable polymer blend. That is, there the blend should not have phase separation during the period of application, or over the period of application their phase will remain stable throughout their application. So that kind of technique by which stable phase separation, stable polymer blend is formed is called as a compatibilization, and that technique can be a physical or can be a chemical. Another term is there. This is and this term you are acquainted. You know that engineering. What are the engineering polymers? The polymers which having engineering applications generally called as a engineering application. But when you consider the polymer blend technology, those polymer which are processable and which retain its mechanical property up to when using or when being used at 100 degrees Celsius. So that kind of polymers are called as a engineering polymers. Another term is there, terminology, that is engineering polymer blend. This is a definition is very simple. When polymer A and polymer B is mixing, and if one of the polymer is of engineering polymer, then blend is called as a engineering polymer blend. So here a polymer blend or polymer alloy in which one of the component is engineering polymer. So these are the terminologies used in the polymer blend technology. You should remember this, and you should remember the relationship of polymer blend with polymer alloy and the definitions. So I already explained the definitions of each and every terminology which are being used in the polymer blend technology. I hope you understand this topic, and if you have any queries, questions or doubts, you can ask on Google Classroom. So before going to this further in this topic, we should have we should keep in mind that polymer blends which are formed by the mixing of two polymer are most of the probably are immiscible. There are very few polymer blends which are miscible at molecular level. For example, when Norryl is a polymer blend, NORYL, Norryl. Norryl is a polymer blend in which the polyphenylene oxide PPO is mixed with HIPS material, high impact polystyrene material. Now here, when that high impact polystyrene material mixed with polyphenylene oxide, they form homogeneous phase at molecular level, and because of the formation of homogeneous phase and their interaction at molecular level, the blend is called as a miscible blend. Another example of miscible blend is polymethyl methylic acrylate with polyvinylidene fluoride, that is PVDF, that can also form the miscible polymer blend. So remember these terminologies, definitions, difference between miscibility and immiscibility, difference between polymer alloy, polymer blend, what is compatibilization, and if you have any doubt, then you can ask over the Google Classroom. So we will stop here, and in next period we will see the classification of polymer blend based on miscibility and different techniques of compatibilization and the concept of miscibility, thermodynamic concept of miscibility.